So you're in that role as producer, you're involved in the creative aspects of writing. When Billy comes back to the company, was there any talk in those departments of putting you two back on the road together, or was it two separate deals that were going on, his deal, your deal, and you were living separate lives?
Yeah, two totally separate lives and different departments within the company. You know what I mean? He was a coach down in NXT, and I was a producer on the main roster. And so while I would go to some pay per views and run rehearsals or something, just to get to hang out with Billy and Hunter, and you know what I mean, we had a good time kind of creating those entrances and stuff like that together. So we always had a blast doing that. But so I saw him, but it was never about putting us back together or working or to get, you know what I mean? Like for me, that time had come and gone. I never at this point I couldn't imagine us coming back and wrestling on television anyway.
So let's talk about that. If you couldn't imagine it, what happens when you're approached about making that return?
Well, you know, it was scary. It was scary for me because look, everybody's young and hungry, and now I feel like I'm going to get in there and slow them down, and that's just my inferiority complex, butting heads with my, ego every time. But I figured I could do it if we could control it, and I knew I could control at least the execution of the matches, even, and I could somewhat control the creative as well. I remember one time, like my back had gone out, and I said, "Hey, I can't work." We were supposed to have a tag match or something. I said, "I can't work." So Billy worked a single, and I cut a promo or something. But so that was kind of me getting to say, "Hey, I need the night off." You know what I mean? And so it was, while I had that kind of, influence, I didn't have much more than that.
You get the reaction, you go through the curtain. Is there a vibe to Vince and those in Gorilla of, "Did you hear that? They're with us. Maybe there's something we can do right now."
So I think it was look, everybody kinda was like, "Oh, crap, that was good." Yeah, it's like old days, you know what I mean? But I think and I may have the order of this all out of whack, but I remember coming back after I believe it was after the Raw, uh old school Raw or
Yep,
whatever it was,
yep,
where
we're gonna
we
get to that soon, yep.
yeah, yeah, we had a match. After that match is when, uh, Hunter came to me, and I know that's coming up, so I'll let you ask the question before I answer it.
So let's get to you guys getting into this run. What was the plan for bringing you onto the road, and who made the pitch to actually put this into motion that Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and the Outlaws are coming back?
Yeah, it was Hunter. I mean, it might have been Hunter and Vince, but it was definitely we came back. Hunter kinda, corralled us and said, "Hey, man, what do you think about, doing this for a minute? Um, Maybe we put the tag titles on you and then crown a new team, somebody we wanna get behind." You know what I mean? And let them beat you. And, he said, "Just maybe 6 months or something, 3 months, 6 months, we'll see what happens." And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Let me talk to Billy and we'll we'll figure it out." And so it was almost like they saw something like, "Oh, we could use them to help somebody else." And look, so it's not investing in the past, because that's one thing, Vince will tell you right to your face, like, "I'm not investing in the past." And you're like, "Oh, that hurt." It's the business strategy, right? And it's a correct business strategy. While it's cool, to get on there and get a nostalgia pop, um, I don't know that they were as emotionally invested in us this time. That's what I'm getting at. Not that we didn't come back and do what we did, and I think we did it successfully. But it was just not the same because it was a nostalgia act, and they love to say, "Oh, you didn't know," and they love to say, "Suck it." But okay, now get, Roman Reigns out of here.
So let's talk about the conversation that you had with Billy about making this a reality. What were your real thoughts? Were there hesitations? Was there doubt? Or was it just excitement of, hey, this could be one last run to go out and have a good time?
Yeah, well, so there's so many, uh, things to take into consideration here. You know what I mean with the live event. Michael Hayes came. He was the live event coordinator. He came and said, "Hey, we're seeing us stepping off some stuff. Will you guys go on and do it?" And so he gave us. We went on the road, but we had some. we didn't hit all the towns. We just hit some that he felt he needed us at, and then some that we could make a good payday at. And so there was a lot of talk, and it wasn't contracts or anything like that. It was just like, hey, how are we going to do this, and what are we going to do? You know, we're not going to. Billy has a job. I got a job. Now we're going to do this for 3 or 6 months, and so how are we going to do this? So it was more about talking about, okay, how do we execute this and continue to do what we're doing for the company? You know,